And now, for part 2 of our show, we now ponder the word figures through its meaning of using logic. To that end, the Amber Waves Radio Hour returns with a noir-style mystery. Let's see how the hero of the story uses their wits. Please enjoy The Ransom Game. This radio drama will be presented in 2 parts.
Greetings all, and welcome to another episode from the Amber Waves Radio Hour. Each week we delight in presenting our listeners with a new story. Tonight's tale is one of mystery, one set in a gritty reality of darkness, shadows, and crime. Tonight we follow a detective as they play the Ransom Game.
The city. It's cold and cruel. Darkness spreads in every direction. It's a tough life living in the gutter. It's even tougher trying to make it in this business as a woman. Nothing's easy around here save the whores that live on the corner. Every day you wake up praying it'll be your last day in this rat hole. But nobody escapes this place. The cold cuts into you like a knife, while life beats you back down into the muck. So, you do whatever you can to survive, and that means making a choice. And it ain't always the right one. Sometimes all you can choose is what makes this meaningless existence bearable. For me, that's taking whatever cases come my way to make ends meet. Oh. How rude of me. I haven't introduced myself yet. The name's Evelyn Blackthorne, P.I. 12 years ago, I was a young, bright-eyed cadet in the academy, full of vigor and hope, believing I could make a difference. Funny thing about hope, it doesn't take reality into account. They all scoffed at the idea a woman could be tough enough to handle what they threw at us. I took it all. The crude jokes, the insults, the lascivious glances. I pushed myself to ignore it and rise above it. In the end, none of it mattered. They were never gonna let me be a part of it from day one. So here I am, and doing what I can to clean up this city alone. The only friends I got are the bottles of booze on my desk. I had just poured myself a double bourbon when I heard a knock at the door. It never takes long. As soon as one case closes, another opens up.
Good evening, Miss Blackthorne.
In this part of town, there's rarely a good evening, Mr.
Wraith.
Mind if I smoke?
Go ahead.
Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Wraith?
It's my daughter, Jessica. She's gone missing.
So why come to me instead of the cops?
Well, I'm afraid this is a little more complicated than her just being missing. She was kidnapped, and they said no cops.
I see. Is that the ransom note there?
Yes, it arrived in the mail 2 weeks ago, along with this photo.
May I see them?
Of course.
If you ever hope to see your daughter again, leave $100,000 at the disclosed location 1 week from today. No cops.
But I've already paid the ransom. I dropped it off at the location written, but my daughter was never returned. That was a week ago. I fear a terrible fate may have befallen her.
It's no easy task following a trail that's gone cold, and my services don't come cheap, Mr. Wraith. I'll need half up front.
I understand, Miss Blackthorne. I'll pay whatever I must. Just Please, find my daughter.
I'll do what I can. Now, what can you tell me about her habits? What about her last known whereabouts?
I'm afraid I've never been good about keeping up with her daily activities or her social life. However, she did have a job at the perfume counter at Miller's department store. Last time I spoke with her, she was about to leave for work. I'm sorry, I can't offer more than that.
I've worked with less. Can I keep these?
By all means, please, bring her back to me.
In this line of work, there's little time to dawdle. I poured myself another drink and started on the evidence provided by Mr. Wraith. The ransom note was nothing special. Letters clipped from various newspaper headings and glued to the page. The photo of a blonde bound to a chair and gagged. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but something about it seemed off. I wasn't going to get anywhere staring at a photo, so it was time to get out there. My first stop was to visit with my informant. Hey, Tony.
Hey? Oh, hey, Evie. Long time no see.
Let's keep the chit-chat to a minimum, all right?
Whatever you say, boss. You want a new case?
Another kidnapping. Do me a favor, look into this address. A ransom was dropped off there a week ago, but the hostage was never released. See if any of your contacts may have noticed anything.
Sure, I can do that, but what's in it for me?
What do you want this time?
Glad you asked. With it getting a little colder out, I could sure use a new coat and maybe a bottle to help keep me warm. A few Jacksons ought to cover it.
A few? You're killing me here, Tony.
Look, if you don't want my help, by all means, go find someone else.
All right. Fine. Here.
Thanks, Evie. You're a pal.
Sure. I'll see you later, Tony. I gotta get to Miller's.
The department store? Oh, I see how it is. I do the dirty work while you go out shopping.
I ain't going there to shop. I'm following up on a lead.
Okay. I was only joking. See you later.
By the time I got to Miller's, it was bustling like some kind of convention. I pushed my way through the mass and sauntered up to the perfume counter.
Hi, welcome to Scented Goodness.
Hello.
Is there a scent you're looking for today?
Not really.
Personally, I recommend this
No,
one.
really.
I tried it once and it drove my
I'm
boyfriend
really
crazy.
not here for...
But based on your outfit, maybe you're looking for something a little less
Please,
exciting.
I'm not.
Hey! In that case, might I recommend this one?
I could just...
It's very subtle.
Please stop! Look, I'm not here to buy anything, so can you just knock off the sales voice?
Fine. What do you want?
I'm looking for a blonde girl named Jessica. I was told she works here.
Works here? She was only here for a couple weeks. Never made any sales, and she was always running off with some guy mid-shift. To tell you the truth, I never liked her.
A
She
guy,
came off
huh?
like a real...
A guy? Could you describe him for me?
Sure. Well-tailored suit, slick black hair, green eyes, and a perfectly square jawline. Oh, and he wore a large ring with a badger insignia on his pinky finger. Kinda cute.
Any idea of his name or where I could find him?
I think his name is Johnny. I overheard him mention an apartment on 73rd Street.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
The trail was starting to warm up. 73rd Street was on the other side of the tracks, the nicer side of town. Even folks with a little money can afford to live there. Cookie-cutter houses, mom and pop shops, and a pleasant little park across from the newly built apartment complex, Urban Towers. A first name ain't much to go on, and I was getting a mite hungry, so a quick visit to the deli on the corner could serve multiple purposes. Excuse me, sir. What's good here?
Everything's good here. Personally, I like the liverwurst.
Yeah, I can tell.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Can I get a pastrami on rye and hold the mustard?
Sure thing, Toots.
Never call me that again.
Whatever you say, Toots. I mean, ma'am. Geez, sorry.
Never mind. While I'm here, do you know anybody around here by the name of Johnny?
Well, you have to be a bit more specific. A lot of folks come in and out of here every day.
This one might live nearby. Slick black hair, green eyes, and wears a large ring with a badger design on his pinky finger.
What was that last bit?
A large ring with a badger design on his pinky finger.
Are you a friend of his?
What happens if I say I am? Look, do you know him or not? I mean, I'm on a tight schedule here.
He's in the apartments across the street. Apartment 3B. Please don't tell him I told you. Here's your sandwich.
Thanks. How much do I owe you?
It's on the house.
Oh. Well, thanks. See you around. The deli clerk's reaction to the ring told me all I needed to know moving forward. I kept one eye open for trouble and the other watching the entrance of Urban Towers. For folks matching the description Tiffany gave me, and I was getting tired of waiting, so I ventured inside to check out apartment 3B. Unsure of what would happen next, I kept one hand on the gun in my bag and the other on the door as I knocked. Nothing. Maybe he wasn't home. Before I threw in the towel, I decided to knock once more. This time there was an answer.
Can I help you?
He fit the description Tiffany gave me, all right. A perfectly fitted suit accentuated all his assets. Long black hair, slicked back, a jawline so square it would put even the most competent woodworker to shame. His green eyes shimmered like the emeralds on his ring. This was him, all right. One glance told me all I needed to know. He was trouble. You, Johnny?
Who's asking?
Evelyn Blackthorne, P.I. I've been looking into the disappearance of Jessica Wraith.
Okay. What's that got to do with me?
I have it on good authority that you might know her.
Look, I don't know where you get your information from, lady, but
I can see that you're not going to make this easy. I'm guessing from the ring on your finger you're related to Don the Badger Riletti. Am I right? Well,
he's my father. You know him?
Well, by reputation only. Look, are you going to invite me in or what?
Jeez, I can tell you're the type that's not going to take no for an answer. Hey, come on in.
It's about damn time.
You, care for a drink?
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, make yourself at home.
Thanks. So, are you going to be straight with me, or do I have to play hardball?
Okay, I'll bite. Here. Yeah, I knew Jessica. We grew up together. Her father used to work for my father.
Were you close?
Depends on what you mean by close. If you're asking if we were in a, romantic relationship, the answer is no. We were just friends.
Yeah, just friends, huh? From what I hear, you visited her quite frequently at work, and she left with you several times, presumably to come here?
Well, let me guess. You heard all this from Tiffany?
I'm not in the habit of giving away my sources, Mr. Riletti.
Please, call me Johnny.
All right. Johnny. What can you tell me about Jessica? How frequently did you visit her?
Once or twice a week, maybe. We reconnected at a mixer a few months ago and enjoyed each other's company. So we get together a couple times a week to grab a drink and chat. Is that so odd?
I suppose not. Were you aware that Jessica had gone missing? I mean, if you visited her that frequently, I'm surprised you hadn't heard sooner.
It's not uncommon for her to take off for a week or two without telling anyone. I assumed she was just on another trip.
I see. Any idea where she might have gone?
Can't help you there. She's always been a bit spontaneous. Sometimes she doesn't even bother to mention she's going.
Well, you've been a font of information. Thanks.
Can't tell you what I don't know. Sorry.
If you do think of anything, give me a call. Here's my card.
Will do. One for the road?
No thanks. I've still got work to do. Nice meeting ya, Johnny.
Likewise.
Seems like there could be something more there. He was hiding something. In the meantime, I decided to see if Tony had found anything. Did you find anything, Tony?
Sure did. A couple of folks saw a very nice car pull up and an old gentleman leave a briefcase and drive away.
We already knew that. Anything else?
I was getting there. A little later, they saw two figures show up, grab the briefcase, and run off. One of them dropped this.
A poker chip?
You ever see a gold poker chip before?
Can't say that I have, but this one looks like it's for the Starfall Casino?
There's a set of initials on the back.
Huh. J.R. This must belong to Johnny. Perhaps this is what he was hiding. Gambling has a way of reeling in anyone it gets its hooks into. Whatever the case, he must be involved. I need to pay him another visit. Good work, Tony.
Thanks. Evie, do you think I could keep the poker chip?
Hand it over.
Oh, come on, Evie, please, let's go.
I don't have time for this, Tony. Now hand it over.
Fine. Damn it.
See you, Tony.
Yeah.
I spent the rest of the night searching for answers at the bottom of a bottle and finding none. I stared at the evidence and thought about my conversation with Johnny till I had drifted off into the endless abyss of unconsciousness.
We'll be right back to our story in a moment. But first, a word from one of our sponsors.
It'll just be another 3 days, 8 hours, 22 minutes. Please stay on the line.
Ugh, this is so infuriating. I can't just keep waiting to get in touch with customer service. If only there was a service that I could use to deal with customer services.
There is. Hi, I'm Nancy from Customer Service Services, or CSS for short. At CSS, our employees sit and wait on customer service lines so you don't have to.
Wow, that's amazing. I bet you're pretty expensive, though.
Actually, all of our workers are so in debt to us that they basically work for free, so we can pass all the savings on to you.
Where do I sign?
Customer Service Services. We wait so you don't have to.
And now, the conclusion of the Ransom Game.
But first, another word from our sponsors.
I'd been looking for the strongest cup of coffee for 10 years now. I've been to hundreds of Java joints all over the country. Luke's, the Double R, Central Perk. I even went to some hole-in-the-wall joint called Starbucks. I had nearly given up hope until I ran into one of my old contacts.
I hear you've been poking around for the strongest cup of coffee.
That's right. What's it to you?
I might know a place. You ever hear of Ad Astra?
Say, ain't that the state motto of Kansas? What would a Kansan know about strong coffee?
Hey, they know more than you think, pal. You know how Midwesterners deal with the wildly changing weather all the time? It's the coffee. I'll see you around.
Ad Astra, huh? What could it mean? It took another 6 months, but I finally found it. Combination bookstore and coffee house, and brewing in a little pot out back, supposedly the strongest cup of coffee known to man. Cricket brand coffee. Over 300 milligrams of caffeine per cup. Guaranteed to wake you up before your first sip, or so they say. This was my chance. I took a sip. Out of all the Java joints in all the towns in all the world, this had to brew here. One sip was all it took. I knew I'd never drink another brand for the rest of my days. 1 bag of Cricket brand coffee, please.
Here you go.
With that mystery solved, it was time to move on to the next. Where do all the missing socks end up once I put them in the dryer?
And now, back to our story.
The next morning, I staggered out in search of more answers. When I got to Johnny's apartment, the door was cracked open. The force of a single knock was enough to push my way in. It was as barren as a church after Sunday. The only proof someone had been there was the wastebasket in the corner, and just like that, I felt like I was back at square one. Damn it. I was just about to leave when I noticed a small scrap of burnt paper near the edge of the wastebasket. All I could make out was a heart drawn in the corner. Was it from a former lover? Maybe to a current one? The only way to know was to find Johnny. I needed to find someone who knew where he might be. Someone close. The Badger. Unfortunately, he doesn't just talk to anyone, especially not folks in my line of work. I needed an in, and I had just the person in mind. I had to stop by my office to get Mr. Wraith's address. When I stepped inside, I was in for a shock. The whole office had been trashed, and pinned to the desk was a single note. Leave it alone. This was getting personal. It took a couple hours to find the address. I gave Tony a couple bucks to watch the place while I went to visit Mr. Wraith.
Ah, Miss Blackthorne. Have you found my daughter yet?
Not yet, but I am getting closer. I believe she's mixed up with someone from the Badgers organization. His son Johnny, in particular, has also disappeared on me. If I could meet with the Badger, I might be a step closer to finding her.
I see. But how do you intend to see him? From what I hear, his security is extremely tight. Nobody gets in to see him unless you're family or have a personal connection.
I heard the same. And that's why I'm here. I was hoping you could arrange a meeting for me.
Me? My dear Miss Blackthorne, what makes you think...
Cut the crap, Mr. Wraith. I know you used to work for him.
Found that out, did you? Well, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Very well, I can arrange for maybe 10 minutes. My chauffeur Charles will take you. Please, don't do anything stupid.
Oh, Girl Scouts honor. I swear I'll be on my best behavior. Thank you, Mr. Wraith. I was blindfolded and put into the back of a car. Upon arrival, I was promptly led inside and my blindfold removed. There he was, Don the Badger Riletti, a large but fit, balding man, his eyes like deep pools of despair, his hands scarred, presumably by the last person to cross him, and a large ring adorned with the emblem of a badger set proudly on his pinky finger. He was one of the most powerful men in the city and the most brutal, if tested.
Well, Miss Blackthorn, I hear you're looking for my son, Johnny. Why?
I believe he's involved in the kidnapping of Mr. Wraith's daughter.
I heard she'd gone missing. Shame. But Johnny being involved. He doesn't have the stomach for it. Such a disappointment.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Regardless, I've got a job to do, and he's my only connection. I tried his apartment, but it has since been abandoned.
Yes, I know. If I taught him one thing, it's how to keep folks like you on their toes.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
Even if I did know, what makes you think I'd tell someone like you? He may be a disappointment, but he is still family. I don't give out secrets to nobodies like you unless I get something in return. I'm sure you already know this, Miss Blackthorn, but I have quite a number of powerful allies in this city. Allies that could give you what you want.
And what is that?
A job in which you'd actually be serving justice. You see, I had one of my men do a quick look into you when Mr. Wraith called. I heard you were quite the cadet. Top marks in your field, only to be strung along with no hope of ever actually being brought on. Shame, really. You're quite the brilliant detective. Your recovery of the Ivory Hawk was quite impressive.
Do you have a point?
My point, Miss Blackthorn, is that we could be a help to one another in the future. You give up your pursuit of Johnny, and I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. One in which your miserable little life could have some meaning, or at the very least, have some comfort.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. Comfort goes a long way in this cruel life. So does being a part of something bigger than myself. But on the other hand, I'd be giving up my freedom of choice and bound to a monster. I'm not sure I could stomach that.
Well, Miss Blackthorn, what'll it be?
Thanks. But no thanks, Mr. Riletti. I'd rather keep my miserable little life with my integrity intact.
Very well, Miss Blackthorn. My associate will show you out.
Thanks for wasting my time.
Oh, you're welcome. Do come back any time. Watch where you're going.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I tripped. Like a rat in a maze, I had hit a dead end. The only thing I had to go on was a matchbook I managed to swipe from the Badger's office as I was let out. Printed on the front was the name of the sleaziest nightclub in town, the Velvet Mirage. I'd heard horror stories about that place. Crooked cops, junkies, whores and conmen all mixed together in a sinister slurry in places like that. It made my skin crawl just thinking about it. I kept my eyes peeled as I went inside. Might as well grab a drink while I'm here.
What'll it be, lady?
Bourbon on the rocks, please. I sat at the bar for a couple hours hoping to see Johnny, and nothing. What was I thinking? A matchbook for a sleazy nightclub as a clue? Such a desperate move. Come on, Evie, you're better than that. Maybe they were right for booting you out of the academy.
Scotch. Neat. Thanks, Mike.
Sure thing. Another for you, miss?
Another bourbon. And make it a double this time.
Miss Blackthorn, is that you? What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Such a tired line. Beat it, mister. I'm looking for a guy, and you ain't him. Johnny?
That's me.
No, no. No, it can't be. You're not really here, are you? You're just an alcoholic-induced hallucination born out of my mind's pathetic attempt to make me feel better. Well, I'm not buying it.
No, I'm pretty real. See?
Ow! God! What did you pinch me for?
I told you I was real. You, been here a while, haven't you?
Who's asking?
Oh, was that supposed to be me?
Well, yeah, brilliant observation. I mean, maybe you should be the detective.
Oh, is that what I sound like? Oh, that hurts.
Good.
I hope this isn't too forward, but would you join me in my private booth?
Lead the way.
You didn't answer my question, Miss Blackthorn.
Oh, call me Evie. And when the job calls for it, I go where I have to. I tried visiting you earlier today, but nobody was home. In fact, nothing was home.
Yeah, sorry about that. My father doesn't like me staying in one place for too long, unless it's with him, of course. So, I move occasionally. Keeps things fresh and exciting.
I'm sure it does. Staying in the same place can get awfully boring, especially if there's no one to share it with.
I don't follow you.
Oh, come on. A handsome guy like you? I'm surprised you don't have girls throwing themselves at your feet.
What makes you think that?
Well, I found this scrap of paper in your apartment. I mean, you see the little heart on the corner? That says it all.
That? Oh, that's just from a former lover trying to weasel her way into the family for money. Seemed sweet when I first met her, but I broke it off as soon as I caught on. Besides, I'm waiting for the right one to come along.
The right one? Oh, that's terribly cliche. But kind of sweet.
What can I say? I'm a hopeless romantic.
Oh. I don't suppose you have heard anything about Jessica, have you?
Not even a peep. Sorry.
Well, I guess that's it.
What's it? Your investigation?
Yep, I should just pack up shop now.
Ah, come on. I'm sure you're a great detective. Everyone goes through a rough patch. Hey, I'll tell you what. Let's finish these drinks and you can sleep it off at my new place. On the way, I'll tell you everything I know again, and maybe we can find the solution together. What do you say?
All right. Lead on, Macduff.
It won't take long to get there. It's faster if we cut through the alley here. Shoot.
What?
I left my wallet inside. I'll just be a second. Wait right here.
Johnny? Oh, good, you're back. I was starting to think that you'd... Ugh. When I came to, it was dark outside. My head pounded like a bass drum. Like a bass drum in a marching band, and a gun was aimed at my head.
Well, look who's finally awake.
Jessica Wraith. The missing girl, I presume.
Ding, ding, ding! Oh, she catches on quick! I knew you'd come looking for Johnny again, so I had him lure you out.
Sorry, Miss Blackthorn.
Don't apologize. So, Miss Blackthorn, let me guess, my father sent you, didn't he? Oh, he just doesn't give up.
Yes, he's worried about you.
Oh, he said the same thing when he found out about my gambling addiction.
Gambling? I am such an idiot. Jessica Wraith. That chip belonged to you.
Oh, brilliant deduction, but a bit late. My father said I should get some help or a job, otherwise he was going to cut me off, and naturally I couldn't let that happen. I mean, sure, I tried the job thing, but it just really wasn't my style, and I needed more money, and I knew I could count on Johnny to help me because he's such a good friend, and he unwittingly gave me this idea. We staged the photo and sent it to my father, and it was all working out beautifully. Until you came into the picture.
I knew something about that picture felt off.
Wow! Another clever deduction! God, it's a wonder anyone hires you. So sorry, Miss Blackthorn, but I'm afraid your time has come.
Jess, is that really necessary? Maybe we could just pay her off.
I'm not giving her 1 cent.
Come on, Jess, be reasonable. We don't have to give her much. I'm sure we could work something out.
I told you, I'm not parting with any money. I don't have to. Now take care of her.
You mean kill her?
Obviously. I can't have her going back to my father and spoiling everything.
I understand that, but murder? Really? Jess, that's not you.
Look, you got a better idea, and I swear to God, if you say pay her off again, you're going the same place she is.
Look, I was willing to help you with this because I care about you, but this is too much. Is money all you really care about anymore, Jess? We're friends, aren't we?
You are so useless.
Jess, please, think about this. Scamming your father for money is one thing, but murder? I couldn't do it for my father. What makes you think I could do it for you?
Oh my God, you are so pathetic. Look, you make me sick, and I'm just going to do it myself.
Jess, please, don't do this.
Shut up. If you're not going to help, go stand in the corner. I'll deal with you later.
Looks like now's my chance. Let go, Jessica. It's over.
No, it isn't. Once I'm done with you, I'll deal with Johnny and...
Oh my God, it hurts. Oh.
Johnny, are you okay? It looks like it just grazed your leg.
I'm so sorry, Johnny, but this is the end. For both of you.
Charles, bust open that door! Jessica?
Daddy? Oh, thank God you're here! I was just trying to escape when Johnny and this horrible woman tried to shoot me!
Oh, save it, Jessica. I've heard everything. It's over. You're coming home and then we're getting you some help.
I don't want your help.
Charles, please escort my daughter to the car and make sure that she stays there.
Oh, I don't need help. Let go of me, you big ape. I'm not going. Let me go.
You okay, son?
Yes, sir. My leg hurts like hell, though.
Come on, let's get you to the dock.
How'd you find us?
After our little meeting, I had one of my men follow you.
It looks like we got here just in time, too. Thank you, Miss Blackthorn. You did a marvelous job. Here's the rest of what I owe you for your services.
Thanks. And if you ever need me again, you know where to find me. The next few days were quiet, restful, and boring. My only visitor was Tony, and he's not the best of company, though he did bring in a gift that was left at the front door. A bottle of bourbon with a note attached.
Sorry for trashing your office and for misleading you. Please, enjoy this bottle with my compliments. Johnny.
Johnny seems to be doing fine. As for me, I couldn't help but think about the Badger's offer. Sure, I managed to close another case, but it's getting harder. The more people I help, the more enemies I seem to make. I want to help people, to serve justice. But I'm stuck here. Every day, more people need help. And I'm just one woman.
Excuse me, Miss Blackthorne? I need your help.
One dedicated woman who's damn good at her job. The city's got more dark secrets, and as long as I'm around, I'll be there to shine a light on them.
That concludes this week's episode from the Amber Waves Radio Hour. Tonight's episode was written by Timothy William Burns. Thanks again to our sponsors, Customer Service Services and Cricket Brand Coffee. Tune in next week for a new story.